speak. They're all stolen from Missy's Instagram. If you're not following her on Instagram, you should be, because she just posts these inspirational, videos on there. Welcome, Misty. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Deanna. Howdy, everybody, and thanks for being here this evening. And Deanna, thank you so much for having me, and thanks for that introduction. Yeah, it's still, even when I'm putting them together and watching them back, it's new and different for me, but it does speak louder than a lot of words. Even for people who just now know me, and for people who've known me for a long time, it still is nice to look back and see all of the change that has happened.
That's a C word, Misty.
It is. I snuck it in
With the
there.
C word.
Woo! I snuck one in on you.
She did. She just snuck it out there with the big change. It is a lot of change.
It is a lot of change.
It's a lot of change. We've got some people coming up here with a lot of good C words. Charlotte and Cheryl. Oh man, I forgot to mention Cheryl. Darn it, I was so busy with Charlotte that I forgot about that. Oh man, cardio. Oh my God. Cardio. Oh, I love this one. Creative. We have all kinds of great words, but the first word I want to talk about today, because I know that it's on a lot of our minds, is, who said it? Where is it? Here it is. Alita said it. She said challenge. That was my first word of the day, because we just started today. What did we start today?
Steps challenge, balance breakers. Whoop whoop.
Misty, what team are you on?
I'm on Team Unstoppable with Sue.
Unstoppable with Sue. Sue's skills for something.
I have not yet learned her channel name. I cannot tell a lie. I'm new to Sue, but
Miss
I will have all of that
Skills.
information by the end of the month.
We just got the emails at some incredibly late time. I'm like, Derek, do you not sleep?
He doesn't. I believe that's a proven fact. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a proven fact. He doesn't sleep.
Team captain of Team Shrinkables.
Yeah,
and
you
I
are.
have on my team, if you didn't know, Keto Mama Michelle, Augie Silver Fitness, Crafty and Carnivorish, Charlotte, and Mary.
Wow. Nice team. I love all those people.
Great team. I have a fabulous team. And I know everybody, which is so cool. Like, it's weird that I'm a team captain and there's somebody on my team. Normally there's always somebody I don't know. But the challenge, the steps challenge. So challenges are, there's so many different ways to think about challenges. So that's why I really wanted to talk about this word. Has your thought process of the word challenge evolved over all these years? So Misty's been with us, been on this, journey, adventure, expedition is how she likes to say it now, for the last 3 years. So let's hear about what Misty says. And please feel free to put in the comments, how has your journey, adventure, expedition, whatever, how has the word challenge changed for you over those years? But let's hear from Misty.
Yeah, so it has changed 180 degrees, like just a full tilt turnaround. When I started the weight loss journey, because I started it alone, and it's now turned into an expedition because I bring everybody along with me that will come. And it's for everyone, right? Of all walks to come along with. But before that, I always thought of challenges as competition, and I was never in it to win it when it came to anything. So challenges were not it for me. I didn't want to be a part of something that I wasn't invested in and that I didn't feel like I could contribute to. And for a lot of months, Derek and other people in the community were like, you should just join. It really doesn't matter. Nobody cares how many steps it is. It's really just for fun. It's really just a group event. It's really just to push yourself. And I'm just like, that's great. That's fabulous. I'm still not doing it. Thanks. Nope. I'm still not into the challenge. I'm still not into a group challenge. And so now I'm to the point where I love group challenges because I see it as that. And one thing that helped me get there was by doing personal challenges. So our coach, Kirsten Quick, does challenges, and I was doing those wall sits, planks, all these crazy things she had us doing, right? And in doing those, I was like, okay, so I mean, if you don't do it, if you don't get all the way through, did you try real hard? If you did, then you won the challenge, because really that's what the challenge is. And so then I was able to see all challenges that way as just an attempt to do better and to do a little bit more than maybe you normally would, or to do it in a different way to see if that is something that works well for you. And challenges push me outside of my comfort zone. And absolutely, I love them now and promote them and try to get as many people involved as I can.
Awesome. I love that perspective. It's such a great perspective to have on about challenges, because challenges can be hard. It can be so hard to, participate in these challenges, because that's, one form of the word is participating in the steps challenge, participating in, exercise challenges. I know that there are some people that were participating in like no fast food for 30 days challenge. There's, so 75 hard, 50, whatever, whatever you want to call all of the challenges that are
Yep.
out there.
Quit
There's
that one.
so many of them, but we can all very much get stuck on that word. And the thing is, and that's what I like to talk about here on this channel, is the brain stuff. It's like, what's getting in our way and why is it? And how can we, sometimes it's just the terminology. The terminology. So Misty's talking, she's participating in a jump rope challenge. And so that terminology change. What was that, Misty? I know you like to share about this jump rope challenge.
I have never learned how to jump rope. I'm learning how to do so many things, and my brain is very literal. And when you tell me to jump, that means to jump and then to land back on my heels. And I learned that it's actually hop rope. So I must call it hop rope. Because, and I don't have to call it that, but that's what I've been calling it, because you hop, you don't jump. And for some people, that's an important differentiation to make. Just like, well, just like the way you would even think of the word challenge, because immediately when you hear challenge, I bet most of us think negative.
It's got a negative
Why?
connotation.
Why though? And that's what changed for me was I now think of a challenge as a positive. Let's go get it. Let's challenge. So it's even in just how you perceive the word sometimes. So.
Yeah. So Cheryl's like, challenge always mentioned it's too hard. Now it's, how do I do the challenge my own way? So there's just, this different perspective that we look at it. And I know the first time that Derek had a steps challenge, I said no, because I didn't want to do a challenge. I was negative about challenges. There's still some challenges that I'm kind of negative about. I'm still working on completely flipping that script. But that very first one, I was like, no. And then finally I was like, okay, well, what's the harm in, giving it a try? I'll go ahead. And here I am now, like challenging myself when there isn't even a challenge. I challenge myself to do whatever it is, because that word doesn't mean what it used to mean. And now I know that challenges are just a way for me to like better myself. Like, there's no harm in it. Nothing matters. Like if I don't complete it, if I fail at it, if I do miserably, if I come in last. But you know what? When I don't participate, when I'm not part of the community, when I'm not having fun with it, it kind of means a little bit more negatively, because I'm like, I feel a different way about it now. Like if I don't do something, that's like, so it's so weird how it everything changes, how everything flips. And it's just part of this evolution that we're on whenever we're on the weight loss journey. And I just absolutely adore it so, so, so much. So
Me too.
anything else you want to say about challenge, kind of like free form, something that wasn't said?
I mean, just do it. Just challenge yourself. I mean, there's still things that I know that I don't do that I probably could, but I'm still a little bit afraid to challenge myself to do it. So it's still up front when I hear the word has a negative connotation in my mind. I'm working on consistently changing it. A lot of the months I still want to opt out of the steps challenge because steps aren't my favorite, but it is a challenge to do them. It is a challenge to do all kinds of things. And I think doing that and pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zone is where real change happens.
Charlotte said, I'm so jealous, Misty, since having my kids. I can't jump rope or do jumping jacks because my bladder has no more ability to behave itself.
I mean, I may
I
have
don't
had
have
a
kids.
similar
I can't
issue,
relate.
but no kids. Yeah.
I do have, I do.
After my hysterectomy, I have similar issues, so I get that, but
I
I
haven't had
jumped
any of
anyway.
that, but we're just walking. So here you go, ladies. I haven't had any of that. We're walking around, and I would like had, a congested day, and I had to sneeze a lot, and I was like, oh, I
Ugh.
gotta stop when I walk because if I don't clench whenever I sneeze, it's just not. It's gonna
Yep.
happen. So it's not just because you had babies. I had zero babies. I've had zero surgeries, and I'm 48, and that's happening. So just to let you know. Can't always blame the children.
You're
So,
also not 48 yet, but that's okay.
oh, that's true. I'm 47. I'll be 48 in 4 months. So, okay.
I only know that because I told somebody I was 48 the other day and then realized that that was a lie. So, and I know when your birthday is. Anyway, let's go.
So, challenges while we're at it. Nope, I'm going to save it. So, I have two
Okay.
new challenges that I'm going to be doing for the month of March, but I'm going to save them for my weigh-in video that comes out this weekend. I'm not going to tell you guys today. I'm going to say, come back. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you subscribe to Misty's channel, by the way, too, if you're not already. But I'll let you know what challenges that I'm doing for myself for the month of March because they are two brand new challenges that I've never attempted before. And
Oh.
my brain is screaming at me. It is not happy that I am doing these challenges, and it is giving
Uh-oh.
me all of the reasons why I should not be doing these challenges. And let me tell you that it has taken some form of willpower to do this, but I just did 370,000 steps in the month of February, so that I know I created proof that I can do hard things. So I just got to say, shut up. I know I can do this and
Mhm.
move on. But you're going to have to wait until my video this weekend to find out what those are. But we're going to move on to another C word because we're 20 minutes in. We have so many awesome C words that we want to talk about. The next one everybody's putting in here, everybody wants to kind of talk about is, let me find it here. Somebody said it. Here we go.
Yes, my favorite.
So okay, everybody's been talking about this word. We did a great live stream on Misty's channel on Monday night about the word community. If you haven't seen it, I want you to go back and look at that. Now, in the chat tonight, we have Cheryl's Place, who was a guest last week. She's talked about community on her channel this week. We have Alita's Health Journey. She has a channel. You should check it out. She did a video talking about community. So there's all these people that have talked about community. And I think Charlotte actually talked about it on her live stream last night. She has a channel. If you haven't seen her live stream, you should check it out. Community. But you know what you guys do? You give us the confidence, the strength, the caring, the love, the joy. But you know what we also do? We share in your sorrow. We share in your sadness. We share in your struggles. You're not alone in this. We're always here, and you can always reach out to us. But that's what all of those things is what community is. And so we've talked about it so much. I don't want to spend too much time on it. But is there anything that after, seeing all these videos and talking about it the last few days that kind of came up in your mind, Misty? Because I know for me, I film a video, I edit the video, I post the video, and then I'm like, I didn't say blah, 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 blah.
I get into the rut where I think nobody wants to see me anymore because I'm obviously boring, and y'all already have to deal with me for an hour every Monday night. And and seeing everybody talk about community. And for those of you who were on my live stream, I mean, obviously y'all were really nice to me, which makes me feel really good. And I know that when I put out videos, there are people out there who would watch anything I put out if I were only willing to do it. And I don't, because of all of the people who don't want to see it. And why? Why do I care? Why do I care? Because at the end of the day, I don't actually care what they think. I'm just like, I don't want to flood people's time because I know what a time commitment it can be. But I also want to share. And so I get into this where I love the community, but I don't want to be too much. Sometimes I'm afraid I can be too much. And everybody tells me that that's not true, that it's fine. And so I'm learning to share more, and I love community. I love this community. I say all the time that I could do it without the community. It wouldn't be as effective, and it certainly wouldn't be as fun. I have made some of the best friends I've ever had in my life over the last really 2 years.
Yes.
And a lot of you I've never met in person. And it still kind of blows my mind because I've never been social. I've never cared about community because I didn't want to be a part of one. And now I love it, and I want more, and I want more people, and I wish I had more time, for everything. I want to talk to all of the people all of the time, and stupid work is just making me do that every day. It's ridiculous, but it's fun, and I love it. And I love being able to help inspire people because y'all inspire me in ways that y'all may not even know. And
Yes.
It's the little things that people do that you can see through YouTube, or that we talk about in like my Discord. There are people who don't have YouTube, that's a place for them to go. A lot of people share on Instagram. So there are so many different ways. Lots of people love Facebook. I'm really bad with Facebook. I'm sorry. But I know a lot of people love it, right? But whatever form of community works best for you. YouTube works best for me. I love YouTube. It's my spot. I appreciate you shouting out my Instagram again. I cannot highly recommend, is what I always say. But however you want to build that community, I think is very important. And find the one that works the best for you, and find the people there, because some people YouTube doesn't work well for. So just because you're here, I appreciate you being here,
Yes.
but this may not be the best form of community. And find the community that works for you. Not only the format, but the people too, right? And I have a great group of people around me. I have a strong community, and that's very important and has been a game changer in this expedition.
So you kind of struck a chord with me whenever you said that you can be too much, because earlier in the month, so with my journals that you guys all know about, my Silk and Sonder journals, every day there's a daily journal prompt. So it's like a recorded video where they talk about it. It's kind of like a meditation / journal prompt. So they talk about a topic, and then they give you some journal time while you listen to some music and you reflect on whatever the topic of the day is. And one day the question was something related to being too much. And I don't know that anybody's ever told me that I can be too much. And I felt like, oh my God, am I alone out here on this island? And am I the only one that, now I feel like, oh my God, I must be, lazy or not doing enough or, inferior in some way because I've never been told I'm not too much. And it really got me, it really triggered me somehow. So I reached out to the community because there's a community that comes with the journal, with the daily prompts. And I'm like, okay, did anybody else feel this way? Please tell me that I'm not alone. And then somebody said, no, you're not alone. And I'm like, thank God. But community, that's the power of it. So there was this community. They knew what I was talking about. They knew why I was feeling that way. So it's just the power of community to be able to reach out and say, whatever it is, it's so helpful. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I'm going to be really honest. Nobody's ever told me that I'm too much either. I
You
feel
feel
that
like
way.
you're too much.
It's all in my head. It's Pete. It's my evil, stupid brain, Pete, just trying to keep me from getting my message out there. I know that's what it is. Because if I'm too much and then I don't share, then people don't get the message and then it can't help. And so I need to just do it anyway. And I love to help, right? But yes.
Yeah,
To everything
I'm boring,
that you said.
unentertaining, not funny,
Yeah.
don't communicate well. Yeah, I understand. Pete's over here too.
Yeah, we all have our own version, right?
We
If you
all
want to name it
do.
or not, but yeah, but yeah, and that's why the community is important because, like I said on my live stream the other day, sometimes I'm out here blowing in the wind, think I'm like a lunatic, and then come find out a whole bunch of people feel that way, and it's really nice to know that others are out there, or if nothing else, just to feel heard is sometimes very important. Because
Correct.
we're all different, and sometimes we just want to be heard. We don't need you to fix it. Just hear.
So community is also good for like inspiration. Is there anyone that really inspires you or motivates you or gets you out of your comfort zone?
Well, I mean, there are two big people in my life that totally bust me outside of my comfort zone, and that is my best friend Amy and my coach Kirsten. They are constantly in my ear. Coach is the one that pushes me outside of my comfort zone. Most of those little clips that you saw, she sent me the sound for and was like, here, do this. And one of them, I was like, what do you even want me to do with this sound? And so she's like, put a picture here, put a picture here, put a picture here. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. I can do that, right? Because she knows that it makes me feel uncomfortable to share that with people. For whatever reason, in my brain, I'm like, nobody wants to see this progress, right? But even I get excited seeing them. I'm back here dancing, watching my own stuff, going, look at that. That's pretty cool. She's done really good. But that someone is me, right? So she pushes me to do those things. And then Amy just inspires me because she pushes herself so hard. She's already back at boot camp. We're doing workouts on Tuesday night. She's 2 weeks post-op from gallbladder removal. She's a beast. I love my best friend. And she will just push me to my limits in everything. She knows all of my dark spaces. She'll shine a bright light on them so that I don't get to stay hidden in there. And I love that. And I'm blessed to have them. Them, especially all of you two. I could go on just about everybody in this chat right now, but those two especially.
Oh my God, I'm so out of I can't even keep up with
See, I
this
don't think
chat
you
box.
are.
I don't even know what's going
sorry.
on.
We got a chatty group tonight. They came with Yourpal Misty. Misty's group is chatty always.
Oh my God. That's so hard. I just want to apologize if I do not show your comment. It's not anything against you. It is just because there's just not enough time in the day to keep up with all of the comments. But yeah.
Yes, we can.
Now I understand why every time you're like doing a live stream, Mister, you're like, what's that comment about? That was like 10 minutes. I don't even understand, like,
It's
connect the dots. Like,
I'm telling you, I love people that are chatty, and because I'm chatty. Y'all seen me in y'all's live streams. I'm a chatty I love it, but boy, when you're hosting. Oh, Liz. Hey, Liz.
Thank
How are
you.
you?
Thank you so much for being here. Welcome. I'm so glad you made it. I've never got to connect with you on a live before. That's so cool. I always watch all your videos. I love Oh, girl, I gotta check. I need to watch more of your stuff because I need budgeting help.
Budget, don't we all?
So yeah. Uh, oh, that's so sweet. You mean a lot to us too, and I don't think you're too much, by the way.
I don't think you're
I
too
think
much
you're
either, Lita.
a breath of fresh air. I just love how truth telling you are.
She
I'm like,
means what she says, and she says what she means, and
yeah,
I love and respect that.
yeah, me too. I do. I love it. She's like that a little bit that southern, but a little.
Well, she's also that friend when we're really old. We're gonna sit in the corner and talk about all of y'all. I'm just telling you right now.
Oh, I'm
So
sure.
if you wanna do that, come sit in the corner with us, because that's probably what we'll be doing.
Oh, so yes. So community can be so many things. They can help keep you accountable. They can be inspiration. They can be motivational. They can just be a great support. So like here we are 10 minutes later. Now we're finally getting off.
Only gonna talk about it for a minute. Sorry.
Community. So yeah, I personally was feeling a little bit like I really wanted to talk about a few different words.
Sure.
But I'm like, which one do I want to talk about first? Okay, so somebody put in the thing that they wanted to talk about changes. Here, let's find who said changes.
Good luck. There's been a
Cool.
lot of
Ooh,
comments.
I like
Changeable.
changeable. And
Mm-hmm.
it kind of flows into changes. What popped in your head, Missy, when you heard changeable? Because it's a little different than changes.
Well, I mean, changeable is I didn't think that I was. I didn't think that I could change. I tried a bunch of times to change and just didn't do it. Over and over again, I tried and didn't do it. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I was changeable.
Didn't think you were. And then slowly you made small things. And then that small change was able to think, oh God, I changed that. So maybe I can change something else. And then you're like, oh, wait, maybe I am changeable. And that's where it starts. And so that's going to take me to my next word, consistency, but I'm going to stick on changeable for just another minute and change for just a minute. But we're going to talk about consistency after we talk about change, because there's more to weight loss than just changing what you eat. Would you
Oh
agree?
yeah. For sure. It's a whole well, here's the thing. If you want to lose weight, change what you eat. If you
Gotcha.
want to if you want to change your whole life, drop a whole bunch of weight in the process and keep it off and never have to think about that part of it again, then it's about more than just what you eat. It's about all of the little changes that make the big changes in progress over time that make you changeable and make me a totally different person than I was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
My life is totally different because my lifestyle is totally different. And part of that is what I eat.
Mm-hmm. Part. It's like,
Part.
it's a part.
It's
It's
just
so
one of the things that I do is eat. Don't we all? So,
it's that small little part. And yeah,
yeah.
so there's so many different, people out in the world today. And yeah, there's those people that, gained, 20, 50, 80 pounds during pregnancy, but they've never had, a weight loss issue, and they're able to just change your diet, take it off real fast, and go back to whatever they were their old lifestyle. And there's nothing else. It's fine and dandy. But then there's the other group of people. I don't want to put us in just in two groups. There's probably like multiple groups that I can't even think of.
Of
But
course. Yeah.
then there's the other people that we need the multiple changes. So there's the people pleaser. So I'm a people pleaser, and I want to always say yes, and I always want to accommodate, and I don't want to speak up for myself. So there's a whole lot of change that I have to make. It's not necessarily about the food that affects my consistency. So people are always saying the hardest thing for me to do is my consistency. But the consistency, we have to go with these changes. But the problem is is that when we're trying to make these changes, we're trying to make all the changes. We're identifying, oh my God, I need to eat better and I need to exercise better and I need to get up and I need to do this. And, there's so many different things that we're thinking that we need to change. And it's just too much. And at some point in time, you get tired, overworked, overwhelmed. You need a vacation. Oh, wait, guess what? That vacation just came and now I'm off track and I can't get back at all because it was just too much. And oh my God, this is so nice and easy and it feels good to not have to worry about all that stuff all the time because we're not making those small, consistent changes over time. So we have to think, for me, this is just something that I propose. And you know what? I'm going to tell you that everybody's different. We're going to do things differently, but that's just the way I feel about it. I'm hogging the talk.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Well, first of all, it's your channel. Thanks for having me here. I'm happy to have a moment with you in general. But no, I don't think that you're wrong. I think a lot of people, and you and I have talked about this multiple times, where people start out too big.
Too big.
And they start out with all of the changes. Start out with what small thing can you add? Can you add a walk? Can you add a 5-minute workout? That worked for a bunch of us, right? Got us started. What can you add and stay consistent at to where then you're not adding it anymore? It's just part of what you're doing. And then you add again, and then you add again, and then you add again. And as you add things, the things that don't serve you fall away.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're spot on. I'm with you. I'm on Team Deanna on that one. I think it's about the little changes and that a lot of people go all in for a couple of weeks. And it's too much. It's not sustainable. And it doesn't work.
I agree.
Choices.
Woohoo. Ooh, what a word.
Oh.
That's not even a thing. Don't be embarrassed. You are where you're meant to be. We just move forward. We do not, there's no reason to be embarrassed about anything. That is just, okay. If anybody could be embarrassed, I could be embarrassed because I have been straight up been posting my weight, my weekly weigh-in for 2 years in a stall. But I'm not embarrassed because I'm learning things. I keep working at it. I keep doing and trying and going. And we need to get rid of this stigma that just because you fell off track, because you got sidetracked, because you were doing other things or whatever, that there's something wrong with you, that there's a problem, that you need to be embarrassed, you need to have shame. Fuck no. I'm sorry. I am damn sorry about that. We are trying, we're doing our best. And you know what? Life is freaking hard. And it's especially hard, I've got the easy life. I have a dog and 2 cats and a husband. I don't have children. I don't have sick parents. I don't have a lot of the things that other people are dealing with. So if I can get up here and be proud and confident about the steps that I am taking, then anybody else can. And I'm sick that people have to feel that way. And I just don't want anyone to ever feel that way. It's just wrong that society and social media and whatever your brain makes you feel that way. It's just not nice. And that's another C word, compassion.
And it's part of the culture that people do that and they feel embarrassed when they fail. Let me tell you, y'all are seeing me winning right now, which is great for me, but been there, done that more than once. Be happy to tell you the story about my failure. That's just not this story this time. And it took all of those stories to get to this story this time. And so that's why I don't mind sharing. I've lost almost 100 pounds before. I gained all that back and some.
What good does it do people? It scares people away from trying again so that they have to take 2 years off and further, not feel good and not fully enjoy their life because there's, not doing things. It's just not right that we have a culture that
I think,
expects to
yeah.
treat people like that.
And I think for me, it's an internal thing too, where sometimes I will feel that way, or I will feel like I am too much, even though nobody is telling me that, because something in me doesn't want to be in the community, because I want to feel like a failure, but the community won't let me feel like a failure, and then I may feel good about myself. Dadgummit, and y'all make me feel so okay with everything. And sometimes you just feel like you want to be, just stop feeling, just get out there, just do the thing. We're just happy you're here trying. And like you said, Deanna, you might have been posting for a year and you haven't dropped a pound. How much better do you feel right now than you did this time last year?
I feel confident. I feel courageous. I feel healthy. I feel good. I feel motivated. I feel inspired. Like, yeah, I'm not giving that up for anything.
And would you rather feel that or 20 pounds lighter?
Oh, it doesn't
I mean,
matter. I don't think the number
you'd rather
matters. The
feel,
number doesn't matter.
that's what I'm
No.
saying. You would rather feel confident and all those other things rather than 20 pounds lighter. I
Yeah.
mean, will the 20 pounds come? Sure. But sometimes you have to learn all of the lessons first. I had to learn all of the lessons to make this a success I'm still having to learn the lessons to make this a success for me.
Oh,
But yeah, you
and
shouldn't be
they
embarrassed.
continue on. They're not, speaking as a person who lost their weight, was at goal weight for many years, and then slowly gained it back. Why? Because there were some lessons I needed to learn. That was another thing that was like in one of my journal prompts this week. Like, you're exactly where you're meant to be. There's a reason, there's a purpose for where you're at. And whenever I look at the purpose for me was, okay, so I was a Weight Watcher leader. After I lost 80 pounds, I lost it when I was in my 20s. Okay. And your metabolism when you're in your 20s, and my whole life situation at that point in time, everything was like, the weight just fell off. Everything was like easy. It was easy for me
Mm-hmm.
to do everything. And then I became a Weight Watcher leader. And so I'd be like, checking people in and weighing people and say, how was your week and whatever. And, oh, well, let me see your journal. How did you do? And I'm like, well, why didn't you track your food? Like, why didn't you do XYZ? Whatever, blah, 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 blah. And I didn't get it at all. And that is exactly where I'm at right now, is because that was a lesson I had to learn. I had to learn why people aren't consistent. I had to learn why people, don't do the things that they say that they're going to do. I have to learn all this for my own self in order to be a good person, to be able to share with others, to be able to empathize with others, to be able to, really support other people. That's why this is happening to me. That's why, or for me, if depending on how you want to think about it. But if it was just, I lose the weight and it's freaking easy all the time, how am I going to help people when they say it's really a challenge? I'm having a problem with consistency. How am I supposed to? So I'm just helping people out, because whenever it's just, I don't understand. It's just really easy. You just exercise and you eat nothing, but I can't do those things.
Right. No, I get it. And I mean, I feel, and it is sometimes because I do see so many people, and I'm winning right now. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you just have to toot your own horn, and I'm the worst at being able to do that. But toot toot. I mean, I'm doing really good right now. Like, I've been consistently doing well. I have a good lifestyle that I'm living that includes good foods that I eat, healthy fitness, that I do on a daily basis, activities that I have with friends outside of the house, activities that I have online with online friends.
Ooh. Oh, everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. We love everybody. Well, okay. I'm not going to say we love everybody. I'm sure that there's a
Maybe.
weird person out there that go away, but we love everybody. Don't forget this one. That's the most important. Smash the like, y'all.
Right.
So yeah, compassion. So I wanted to get into compassion after that rant. And okay, so that whole rant and seeing your face was the reason why I did season 2 and wanted to have guests. Because when you have a rant and you're just staring at the light on the camera, it feels a lot different when you see somebody else's face. It feels so much different.
Happy to be here. I'll be sit. You want me? You want to go again? I'll be happy to sit. Let me just sit here and listen. This is normally what I'm doing, except for I talk back louder sometimes. I'm having a great time.
But yeah, that was the whole reason I wanted to do season 2 with a guest. And also because I feel like my perspective isn't always the only perspective. There's so many perspectives,
Sure.
and I think that we all need to be able to share what we are and what we're thinking. And I like whenever people challenge me and want to change my mind on things, because that's part of the growth strategy, like hearing from different people. But compassion. So when you have compassion towards yourself, that level of, just self-love and self-care is just insurmountable. Being able to dust yourself off whenever you fall down and get back up gets so much easier the more compassion you have for yourself. And the big thing that we want to do is break the cycle of I try, I fail, I quit. 2 months, 3 months, 6 months goes by, and I get back on track. Each time that you fall down, what we're looking to do is break that cycle. And if your last time you were gone for 6 months, we want to be 5 months. If the next time it needs to be 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, 1 meal. That's where you want to get to. So we're just trying to break that habit. And each time, write it down. Oh my God, if you're in the cycle of I do, and I quit, or I fail and I quit and I run away from everything and I stop doing everything, write it down in some weird hidden away book. And someday when you're feeling good on your next journey, look back and say, when did I stop? When did I start? That's what I loved about my Fitness Pal and tracking my weights in my Fitness Pal, was I could see that pattern of, because I'm like, so between, when was it? 2000. Oh my God, that's going to be really embarrassing if I say this. So between 2009 to 2019, there was a 10-year span of me trying to lose weight and quitting. But my quits were always like a long time. So there'd be like, oh my God, I tried for like 4 weeks and then I'd quit. And then it'd be 2 years later. I'm like, okay, let's give it a try again. And then the same pattern would happen. Now there's no quit. I just don't quit. And, and I feel good. And I never go through that cycle of, and oh God, it was so devastating between those years, because you would gain, I would go and I would weigh and I would be like, okay, here I go. I'm going to lose weight. And I'd lose 15 pounds, but then I'd gain back 25. And then I'd go and I'd lose 20. And then I'd quit and I'd gain back 30. And and then now I'm just going up and up and up every time. I'll take a maintain. I'll take a maintain every day of the week versus quitting and gaining those pounds that I would have gained.
For sure. Absolutely. I mean, when it comes to compassion, right, as she says, for others, always easy peasy, simple. Compassion for myself. I'm so hard on myself. We've talked about this before.
Aren't we all?
I am extremely hard on myself. Why are we so hard on ourselves? Why do we feel embarrassed? Why?
There's no reason.
Willing to come back. You're willing to come back. and I'm not picking on you, LB. You know that I love you. You
Oh,
talk
I'm not picking
you.
either. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. I didn't. I was the one saying like what you said. I'm just saying LB has, without knowing it, been hugely impactful in my life. Right. Well, I think she knows it. I've told her. But anyway, it it's hard for me to remember to be nice and have compassion towards myself.
And that's why we have
But
community.
doing so is so important, and sometimes it takes other people showing me the compassion to be able to feel it for myself.
Yes. Sorry, Loki's barking downstairs. I think somebody's at my house. Yeah, somebody's at my house.
It's not me. I'm still right here. I'm sorry.
You're not
Not
driving
yet.
right now? You're not in front of my
No.
house? Oh my gosh.
It's not a
No.
surprise. Still here. Sorry.
So I want to talk about consistency again. And I think we really nailed it is on the nail on the head whenever we talked about how people just try and do too much. But there's a lot of other, smaller reasons I think for consistency for me. A lot of my consistency is tied to my mood, depression, stress, money can affect my consistency. There's a few other factors that affect my consistency, and over these years that's what I'm learning. I'm like, oh my god, it's so complex. There's a lot of complex things going on. And how many people, like, put smiley faces in the chat if you've ever had a problem with consistency. I'm just really curious to see how many people are like, yes, smiley face, consistency is a problem. Or do you one of those scared faces, or whatever emoji you don't like or is scary or whatever. But I know that a lot of people struggle with consistency. I think if you were to ask people what's your number one problem with losing weight, they would say that it is consistency. I know that in other groups that I've been in, that's kind of what I've seen over the years, is that they have a hard time with consistency. I don't want to make this channel like a commercial channel or anything like that, but my friend Andrea, and I'm just going to say this like one time real quick, Journey 100, the girl who was on with the letter A, she is an aspiring weight loss coach. She's somebody that I just adore and admire, but she is doing a masterclass on consistency for free for people that sign up on March 4th, I think, or whatever. But if you really feel like you struggle with consistency and you would like help with consistency, there's no cost to enroll in her, little masterclass that she's having. There is going to be a sales pitch, I'm sure. There's always a sales pitch for everything that you do, except for when you come to my channel. There's no sales. Oh wait, this is a sales pitch. Oh shit. Anyway, not sponsored, by the way. I'm not getting paid any money. But if it's something, you might want to listen to what she has to say, because it might give you an aha moment. It might be good for you. So if you want the information, hit me up in the comments, send me an email, message me on Instagram or whatever. But I just wanted to put it out there because I like free information. I like webinars. I like Zoom meetings. I like to, soak up all the information, and especially whenever it's free. So, it's out there. I'm going to promote it, and, you do with it what you want. But I just wanted to mention it as a resource to you if you struggle with consistency, because I'm not a trained coach. I'm not an expert. I am just a girl, sharing her passion and her love and wanting to help other people. So, by sharing that information, I think I could be helping somebody. So that's the only reason. So commercial break over.
No, I mean, she's great. Her live stream with you was really, really good. So yeah, and consistency. I think so many people are missing it that they don't even realize that's what they're missing. I think some people don't even, if they were just more consistent, would have so many more changes over time that they would see that they would be willing to be more consistent. And for me, the thing that made me more consistent was to stop caring how I felt about it and just doing it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do it anyway. Why do I care if I'm tired? Do it anyway. Well, I didn't get good sleep last night. Okay, do it anyway. But I mean, I had plans for, okay, do it anyway. My dad died. Do it anyway. I mean, and then there are times where you need to take a break. But if it is because you're feeling some type of way about it, other than like your body is feeling some type of way, if your mind is feeling some type of, just do the thing. Just get up there, do it. And that's what worked for me.
Yep. For sure.
I talk myself out of it. Not anymore. Well, it does give you an instant high. It's a dopamine rush. That's why eating junk food makes you. Junk food does make you feel better.
It does.
It's not an illusion. It really does make you feel better for right then.
It's fact.
Yes, it's not. It's a truth. It does make you feel better. You're not wrong for thinking that or for feeling that. The thing is, just stop, because ultimately, it's not going to make you feel better. Would you rather feel better longer or for shorter spans intermittently? I'd rather feel better for longer. That's for me. Sorry. And that's my rant for the evening. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Okay.
There's a friend of mine that I have that their rule for themselves. They, we all make up our own rules about how we go about life. Like Misty, if you don't know Misty, she doesn't speed, by the way. She follows the speed limit. She goes the speed limit. And that's
a limit. A limit means a limit. The maximum. Limit is maximum. Y'all don't know what that means?
I remember that. I thought it was funny.
That's funny. It is true, though. I mean, I hadn't thought about that in a long time, but you're not wrong. Oh, hey, Helen.
I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming. Totally forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my God. So she just has a rule, like if
oh right,
she only eats the junk food, and she doesn't restrict junk food. Junk food is okay, but it's a planned thing. On this day, I'm going to have junk food, and I'm not going to have junk food whenever I'm pissed off at my boss, I'm pissed off at my husband, I'm sad about this, I'm feeling this way about that. Then no, I don't get junk food during those emotions, because I know that, that it's going to snowball into something else. So when I'm feeling those kinds of ways, the rule is that there's no junk food, but I can have junk food whenever there's XYZ, it's planned, and I have it in a controlled portion. And it's just, a rule, like following the speed limit that you just set for yourself. You're happy with it because, okay, so whenever other people set rules for you, when you're following a diet program, a prescribed diet, sometimes it's harder to accept those rules than whenever you choose the rule.
Sure.
So when you make those protocols and you say, this is how it's a philosophy, it's a way of life, it's what
it's a lifestyle,
a belief that you have within your, system. It's so much easier to do than whenever somebody's telling you, keto's the way to go, or you need to intermittent fast. You have to do this, 16-8 or 16-4. You got to do, this carnivore diet. You got to do whatever. And, so many times we want to buy into it because we're just so, my God, I feel like I've tried everything and nothing works. It's not that nothing works. It's that you weren't consistent long enough. You didn't stick to it. Whenever you failed, you blamed the program versus trying to figure out, well, what happened there? And how can I do it anyway, as Misty says. Mm-hmm. And Misty figured it out. She made it really easy. She's like, I just do it anyway. She just like.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that easy, but I know, but because yes, I can do hard things, and they are scary, and sometimes they make me almost want to cry. But I just do the thing. Just do the darn thing, dadgummit.
Oh, it's so easy to let junk food spiral because it's chemically manufactured to do that to you. Mm-hmm. It is like the money that they spend to create these foods to purposely give you those feelings is ridiculous. And then the advertising money that they spend to remind you of them at all times. Since I don't watch TV very much anymore, and pretty much I only watch Netflix, and I don't have the extreme cravings anymore because I'm not reminded of the stupid food. And cravings is another reason why I don't watch what I eat in a day videos. If you're making what I eat in a day videos, I won't watch them. I'm sorry, but I don't care what you're eating. I only care about whatever I'm eating. I don't want to watch your what I eat in a day videos because I don't want to be like, oh my God, that looks so good. And now I have to eat. And a lot of times I'll watch them and it'll be like 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, oh man, a snack sounds really good. I'm not hungry. I just saw your food and now I want to eat.
Interesting. I do not have that reaction, but that's interesting.
Yeah,
I get it, though.
I stay
get
away
it.
from what I eat in a day videos because they're triggering.
Yeah, no, I get it. I always think, wow, that looks really great. I'm still never making it. Just like Amy was telling me about this new home delivery food plan that she had. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's really cool. What's it called? And she like started showing me the app. I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I don't care for me. I'm never going to do that. I was just curious in case anybody else asked me for one. Yeah. So, but I get it. I mean, that it could be triggering for you to watch that. In fact, I did a 30-day juice fast, and my favorite thing to do was to watch the Food Network. Watching other people eat food made me feel satisfied. It's weird. Let's not talk about that anymore. I'm
That's cool.
straight.
I love that. I love hearing about that. I love hearing about
Yeah,
like
that's the way my brain works. Totally different. Yep.
See, I love that. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it's complex. That's the other C word, complex. It's complex. And you have to find out what works for you. Don't judge yourself on other people. So today I started to get down about myself. I started to have a little bit of, self-doubt and worry and whatever. And that's whenever I decided to do that fun. I don't know why I called it stupid. That was dumb.
Don't call it stupid. I loved walking
fun
with
little
you this
20-minute
afternoon.
exercise video because I'm like, you know what? People aren't going to steal my joy. I'm going to get up. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to dance. I'm going to invite people to do it with me because they might have time and they might need to get steps because we're in this challenge right now. So, and it totally sidetracked my brain. I wasn't able to think about it anymore because now I have to think about, how do I set up a live stream? And oh my God, how am I going to move? And what music do I play? And oh my God, and look, all these people are here. And oh, now I'm happy again. So, nobody's going to steal my joy. Like, how can I not let people steal my joy? Because that's a huge thing. Because you have to protect that. Whenever you feel good, you make better food choices. You make better movement exercises, all of the things. So you got to protect your joy. You got to protect what makes you happy. Find ways to do that, whatever it might be. And that's a trial and error approach as well. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
It's complex.
And it takes courage sometimes to do the things.
Yes,
See, look at me. Look, I'm telling you, man, I got a bunch of them. I got a bunch of C words.
Okay, throw them out because we're over.
Oh, well, coach, because I love mine, and I think a good one is good for a lot of people in a lot of different regards.
And what's her channel?
Her new channel is Quick Fit Home Workouts.
I think that's it.
I don't know. Coach did a beautiful rebranding. Oh my goodness. Now I have to look.
She needed to warn us months in advance so we could get used to it.
Quick Fit Home Workouts. Quick Fit Home Workouts.
Quick Fit Home Workouts. Because it's killing me every single time.
Oh, no, I can't remember. It's fun. Certification, because I'm going to be getting mine so that I can be a coach at some point, maybe years in the future. Right now, I'm doing it to be my own coach.
But you're working on becoming a coach.
Yes, I am working on becoming a coach. Yes, eventually, because I like to help people change, and I like the community, and then a whole bunch of other words that I talked about. I feel like I wrote words down, and now I don't know what I did with. Where did I write those? Yeah. Consistency, coaching, courage, community, all those words, there's a bunch.
Did you say all your words? Hi at night, so fasting till late afternoon.
Yeah, I just threw out some extra words. Yeah.
Whoa.
I talked about a bunch of them, and I worked a bunch of them in too. So
I'm in this whole perimenopause thing, and I feel like it's really
changing
the game. A whole bunch.
I'm having hot flashes again. I'm having hot flashes. I hate it. Oh, so no, let's not even talk about
what used to be the rules. They don't.
It's changing.
Anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'm probably at some point, my hormones they're starting to go on the whack again. And so I'm going to have to figure it out. And that's one of the stages that we're in. What we eat and how often we move and the things that we do are also going to have to change as we go through the change of
Yes.
life.
Yes.
Fun, good times. That's a whole nother live stream, Deanna.
It is. And I think I was in denial about it for a long time. I didn't want to admit that was happening
It's a
and going
thing.
on.
Yep.
So I'm just struggling and saying, I look at my, my habit tracker. I look at the things that I'm doing. I'm like, but there's consistency in these pages. What's going on with me? There's a reason, and I'm trying to figure it out. And I think that has, something to do with it. I don't know. We're gonna work on it. We're figuring this out because I don't quit.
Yeah.
I have
given
it up.
And I'll be honest, for part of me, I think I may ask my doctor about it when I go back to the doctor, because
that's what I'm doing.
I had hot flashes after my hysterectomy because I had one ovary removed. I kept one of them, but even it wasn't very good because I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which Cheryl and Alita are going to be talking about on Saturday.
Yes.
But
we all should join
the hot flashes.
2:00, right?
Yes, 2:00 p.m. Central. But yeah, I'm starting to have hot flashes again. So I know I know I'm out of whack, and so we'll see how that plays out. More to come. Fun, good times. It's so fun being a girl.
Okay. I want to thank all of you for being here and for watching. And I love all your comments. I'm sorry that I couldn't show all of them or talk about all of them. I knew that was going to be a problem whenever I had Misty as a guest. But anyway, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you don't know Misty, please subscribe to Misty. But I appreciate you. Next week, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about words that start with the letter D. Come back to this video if you think about it and comment down below, what was your favorite C word? And
comment. Comment is one of my favorite C words. We love the comments. How did we miss that one? Comment down below. What's your favorite C word? Sorry. All right.
Thanks again, everybody. We're going to end it here. Oh, and by the way, because I'm on an adventure, I thought that all the people that watch my video could be campers. Let me know what you think, because I just want to thank all my campers for joining me on my adventure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, as long as we can do it in a fancy RV with AC, then I'm in. Let's camp, baby.
I like glamping for sure.
All right, then I'm in. Done. I'll be
in the hotel by the river, not even the RV.
Yes, ma'am. All right, let's go. Party bus it is.
Yes. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, it's gonna
bye, everybody.
I hope you guys relaxed and enjoyed.
I'll see you real soon.